everybody, my name is Gina Chapman, and this is my submission for problems 1 through 3, class CPSC 2100. So first things first, starting off with problem 1, it asked me to write a program to calculate the credit card balance after 1 year if a person only pays the 2% minimum monthly payment required by the credit card company each month. The following variables contain values as described below. And here are those values. And then it says, for each month, calculate statements on the monthly payment and remaining balance. At the end of the 12 months, print out the remaining balance. Be sure to print out no more than 2 decimal digits of accuracy. And here's the summary of the math that I have to do for this. So let's get started. I'm going to be using a lot of functions and some dictionaries because that was kind of what was discussed in the readings for this section. So first things first, we're going to define a function. I'll call it calculate payment. So calculating a minimum payment. And for this, we're going to need the balance and the monthly payment. So those are the 2 variables that we're going to need to be able to calculate this minimum payment. So what this will do is this will return minimum payment, so that is going to be the balance times the monthly payment rate. So this is going to be a percentage to calculate the minimum payment amount for each month. So next we're going to calculate another function, which is going to be the updated balance after each month. So, sorry, looking at the camera. It's going to be the updated balance after each month. So after the payment is taken off for each month. So what we're going to do is we're going to need the balance, need the monthly payment rate, and we need the monthly interest rate because we need to add that in here. Also need to do add that in there. Okay, now we're going to do a for loop for this to actually calculate this. So for month in range 12, so for each month of the year, the minimum monthly payment is going to be we're going to be using this here that we created in this function. We're calling on this function. Okay. I'm trying to figure this out. Payment rate. So that sets up that variable. And then we're going to do monthly and unpaid balance. So this is what's left over at the end of each month. So we're going to go balance. Then we're going to update the balance after each month. So to do this, we're just going to take the unpaid balance and add the interests. So that'll update the balance after each month by calculating the interest along with the unpaid balance. So then just return balance. So that is the end of that function. Now for the main section. So we're going to add a dictionary here for the account information. So we need account info. And then, there we go, info. The balance given here is $5,000. The annual interest rate given is 0.18%, or is 18%, but we added as a decimal. And then monthly payment, the minimum monthly payment rate is 2%. Why is this? Is this error? Oh, I need the comma. Okay. So now we're going to set this balance equals account info. So this is going to set. This is going to set the account info 5,000 here into balance, so that it's put into these functions up here. And basically the rest is just creating more variables using this account info. Again, we're just going to set this to a variable. Of course, you can also set this manually instead of having the account info here. But if I have different customers, so say instead of this saying account info, it said like a name, like it said Gina, then I would add that name here instead of having to let's say go to a list and see what all this information was. So it's just easier if you have a large data set. That's now for this, it's not going to be too useful. I just want to display that I know how to use this. But as far as larger data sets go, if I were to add multiple customers to this, this is where the dictionary would be useful. So these variables I'm creating down here, you could obviously set this to 5,000, set this to 0.18 and all that, but this is just to show that I know how to use these so I can use them in the future. And again, I'm going to do monthly payment rate. So that just sets all of these into variables down here. Now the last one is going to be the monthly interest rate, which this is going to take the annual interest rate and divide it by 12 months. And there's that. So now our updated balance, we're going to call this now. We're going to call the calculate updated balance function up here. So this will allow this to run and store all the information from the 12 months into this variable right here. Now, should be able to print this. So because we want it to have only 2 decimal points at the end, I'm going to put F there. Remaining balance at the end of the year is going to be, just put updated balance, colon, and then point to F, so that knows to stop it after 2 decimal places. So now we should just be able to print this, and that is not right. Ah, I found it. I misspelled balance. Okay. Of course. That took me forever. Let me delete this. Okay. That was frustrating. Okay, so I misspelled balance. So yeah, now it works. So there's problem 1. Let's move on to problem 2. So problem 2 says to now write a program that calculates the minimum fixed monthly payment needed in order to pay off a credit card balance within 12 months. And this probably will not be dealing with the minimum monthly payment rate, so the variables that are needed are these. It says assume the interest is compounded monthly according to the balance at the end of the month. The monthly payment must be a multiple of 10 and is the same for all months. So yeah, here is the math that I need to do for this, and let's get started. So again, I'm going to be using some functions for this. So we're going to find balance. So balance, the monthly payment, and monthly interest rate. So we're going to do 4-month in range 12, just like we did up here. So it goes to the whole year. We're going to set the monthly unpaid balance to balance minus monthly paid. I cannot spell today. Well, it is almost 5 a.m., so that's probably why. So what we're going to do is set this variable, and then I'm going to reset the balance after each month. The monthly unpaid balance plus the monthly interest rate times the monthly unpaid balance. So like it was up here, this is just adding the interest rate onto the unpaid balance. So it's adding more on there. Then again, we'll just need to balance. And that is it for this function. I'm going to create another function called find lowest payment. For this, we're going to need the balance and the monthly interest rate. So the fixed monthly payment is going to be 10 for now. That's what we're starting off with. Because it's going to be a multiple of 10 anyway, so you might as well start off with 10. Okay, and then we're going to add a while loop while the calc balance. Add all of this in here. So while the balance is greater than 0, I'm going to add 10 to the fixed monthly payment. And it'll keep doing this until the account balance is negative 10. So, or whatever, they can tell it's a negative number. And I'll just return fixed monthly payment. So I'll get that out of there. So now on to the main code. Again, we're going to create account info. So I'm just going to copy and paste that from up here. Just so I don't have to retype all of that again. But I won't be using all of these. I will not need the monthly payment rate. So I'll just need the balance and the annual interest rate. So now, like we did up here, I'm going to need 3 out of the 4 of these. Not going to need this. So this is all the same as it was up here. Just setting those variables from the dictionary up here. Like I said, don't need this. You can do this without the dictionary. But for a larger data set, dictionary is an easy thing to keep track of all this information. So I'm just putting it here just to show how to use that. Now I'm do the lowest payment equals find lowest payment. Now all of this is going to calculate once this is called on, and it'll put all of the information here into this variable. So all I have to do is print the variable do not need that F there. I don't think. I do need that F there. Okay. So yeah, all I have to do is print that. And this is the lowest payment that you'd be able to pay if your balance was $5,000 and you want to pay it off in the year with the interest added. This isn't as specific as it can get, but this is going by 10. So if you wanted to pay an even number by 10, $460 is what you'll be able to pay. less problem left. On to problem 3, which will get a little bit more specific than this number. Using the same 2 variables as the last one. And then we're going to be using a lower bound, which is going to be 1/12 of the original balance, and an upper bound, which is going to be 1/12 of the balance after having its interest compounded. So the math I'm going to be doing for this is right here. And yeah, let's get started again. So again, using functions. So we're going to be defining the function we need balance. It's not capital, isn't it? So we're going to be using the balance, the monthly payment, and the monthly interest rate. All variables we've seen before. Then again, we're using another for loop for the month in range 12. Balance equals balance minus the monthly payment. So this is taking the monthly payment away from the balance. Then we're going to multiply that by 1 plus the monthly interest rate. We're doing that because it's compounded interest. And then turn balance. So that's it for that function. Now we're going to define function basic payment. It's going to need balance and the annual interest rate. So the variables that we're going to define for this is the monthly interest rate, which is going to be the annual interest rate divided by 12. I'm going to do the lower bound, which is going to be balance divided by 12. Then we're going to do the upper bound, which is going to be the balance times 1 plus the monthly interest rate to the exponent of 12. And I'm going to also divide that by 12. Let's just get that upper bound, which is going to be the compound. This adds the compounded interest in there. That's what this whole thing is right here. Then we're going to add a epsilon. That's epsilon. This is the margin of error. And then next we're going to do, we're going to add a while. So while the upper bound minus the lower bound is greater than the epsilon, this, I cannot pronounce this, but while this is greater than this, we're going to add a midsection equals the lower bound plus the upper bound divided by 2. So basically getting this down to the smallest that it can go. I'm going to put the examples that were given in my textbook, like the little bars here. So I'm going to start the upper bound and lower bound, and then the bisection is going to go in the middle of that. Then that mid is going to be the upper bound, and we're just going to go again, and it's going to cut it in half each time. So that's what this is doing. But I'm going to put those bar graphs here so that that makes more sense. And then we're going to add another variable called remaining, which equals the remaining balance. There we go. Remaining balance calculation needed up here. There we go. Then below this, we're going to add an if statement. So if remaining is greater than 0, the lower bound equals the midpoint. But if it's greater than 0 or equal to 0, the upper bound equals the midpoint. Then we're just going to be returning, add another space in here. We're going to be returning the mid. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, so that's it for this function. This is the longest one we've had, I think. Yep. So now I'm going to be doing the main problem. So again, we're going to do the account info dictionary up here. Copy and paste that. And then we're going to need these two variables again. And then we're going to need a variable called monthly payment. Which I'm using the bisec payment function that we just made. And then we're gonna put this info in there, and that should be it. So if I print again the lowest payment is going to be the monthly payment. Then we're going to have it to the nearest cent. That should be. Oh, I need a colon. Okay. Yay. So this is a bit closer than this up here. So this gets it down to the cent. So yeah, that is what I was supposed to get. So that's what I got. If you have any questions or have any tips or anything for this, just let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.